Hello, thank you for calling GameStop. Can I help you?
Stroll into my local GameStop, looking to pick up a copy of Persona no Emblemu Waifu Jam Gaiden. Grab the game, take it to the charming maiden at the register.
Pardon me, milady, but could you ring me up? A shame I don't have your number, or I'd ring you up instead.
She giggles and takes the game, blushing as her fingers brush mine due to my fingerless gloves. Her eyes widen as she reads the game's title. Wow, I've never seen anyone buy this before. You must have special taste. I smile and ready a witty response when suddenly a voice rings out from behind.
Ha ha ha! Look at what this guy's buying! That's not Call of Duty! What a piece of trash!
I quickly turn around, my cloak billowing behind me to discern the source of this most rude outburst. Generic dude bro caricature with team sports cap and the guy that beat you up that one time behind the school in early October t-shirt is standing there, guffawing.
Excuse me, sir. You may disparage my persons if you wish, but it is untoward to swear in front of a lady. Oh, God.
Screw you, dipstick. I smile quietly and tip my fedora low across my eyes, concealing them.
All right, as you wish.
I quickly swing my cane into his kneecap before he can react. He bellows and charges forward. I expertly sidestep him, and the cashier screams as he crashes into the counter. That's when I draw my sword cane and mutter a quiet oath as I drive it deep into his back.
Resquiescat in pace.
As I clean my blade, the girl walks out from behind the counter, twirling her hair with her fingers. So maybe you'd like to come over to my place to play that game sometime.
No thanks, milady. It's single player only. Besides,
I sheathe my sword.
You're not my type.
Then I skate away on my heelys.
Oh my God, dude.
It's every trope ever, all in one delicious package. Congratulations, you just murdered somebody in the middle of a GameStop. Oh, never trust women bots. Be me, wage slave manager at a GameStop. Small town, basically dead all day. Last week, an 8 out of 10 girl walked in to buy Elden Ring. Literally, the most beautiful girl in probably the whole town. Visibly not wearing a so you could totally see down her tank top if you tried, and I'm sure OP did try. She mentioned that she does some streaming, and I am in love. She pays with $100 bill that she pulled from her.
It was damp with sweat.
Oh no, oh no. Try to keep my cool. After she leaves, I exchange some of the cash for the $100 she gave me, take it to the bathroom, and
rub it all over my face. I came loads, thinking about where it had been later that night.
Fast forward 1 week, herpes outbreak on my face. I don't think sweat can give you herpes, but I've heard stranger tales. Is money really that dirty? I hope never to find out. Be Bethesda dev working on Skyrim, trying to make sleeping a meaningful mechanic. Players allocate stats while asleep. Design cool dream-themed menus with deep proverbs. Opposing factions might try to end your life while you sleep late game. Genuinely believe this will be very immersive. A neat break from the normal flow of the game for players to think about and plan their characters. Todd calls me out during a dev meeting, belittles me in front of our coworkers, and calls me Dream Boy. The whole company now calls me Dream Boy. Oh, it's just another Todd Howard's a big meanie head post. No, but seriously, when Elder Scrolls 6, please? Please? Next post, get demoted. Thinking about how to make the passing of in-game time meaningful. The dragon apocalypse happens on day 50, and the Aldmeri Dominion invades on day 100. Genuinely believe that this will immerse the player and provide a sense of heroism and danger. Todd finds me in the bathroom and repeatedly punches me in the liver and solar plexus. Dunks my head in the toilet while repeatedly calling my disabled son an artard. God, dude. Next post. Working out of the janitor's closet now. Made it so NPCs from the opposing faction are hostile. You have to sneak if you want to do your business in solitude as an Imperial, for example. Believe this will make the whole civil war feel intense and real. Come home to find my wife crying because a man approached our son at school and asked him if it's hard to be an artar with a gamer F word for a dad. God, dude. My son is too scared to identify who did it. Final post. Want to include an optional hardcore mode, like in New Vegas. Believe this will immerse players and make food and taverns meaningful. Someone throws a blanket over me when I go to throw out the trash that night. Hear the whole crowd of people cheering and laughing as I get stomped on. Someone pulls the blanket off of me. Feel a wet finger pressing against my booty hole. Hear Todd Howard's voice say, "Is that hardcore enough for you, dream boy?" Wow, my spine imploded. No one talks to me at work, and my old friends are too scared to even look me in the eye. We should fear Todd Howard, maybe even more than Shia LaBeouf. What a wild ride. Well, here's my only time getting a discount at GameStop. Walking to GameStop, eating ice cream, past group of pigeons, and none of them run away from me. Notice this and walk back to them. They still don't move. Grab one. And that's where you lost me. He's rather confused and upset. I take a picture of the pigeon while holding him. Continue to GameStop. Go inside. People look at me holding a really dirty pigeon. Tell people behind the counter that if they don't give me Phantasy Star Universe for the Xbox 360 for free, I'll release the pigeon. They try to haggle with me. We don't negotiate with terrorists. I release the pigeon. They beg me to grab it again. They hand me the game and I just walk out. And not a single frick was given that day. Pick related. So wild. All it cost me was a little bit of a bird flu. Go to GameStop. Pretty decent, attractive girl working at the register. Don't pay much attention to her. Go and look for the Warriors in the PlayStation 2 section. Find it after searching for the better part of 10 minutes and bring it to the counter. Girl at the register says that the Warrior's one of her favorite games on the PS2. Damn, dude, she got good taste. Tell her about how I used to play it at a friend's house a ton, but I never bought it myself. She said, with your friend? I've always played it by myself, and I've heard it split screen's a ton of fun. I never have anybody to play games with either. Laugh and jokingly ask her if she'd like to play it with me. She says, sure. Oh god, what? She asks me if I'm serious. Can't think of a good response, so I just say, yeah. She gives me her address. I say I'll come by in the evening. A few hours later, I am at her apartment. We play the Warriors, Time Splitters 2, and switch off on We Heart Katamari for the rest of the night. Before we know it, it is 3 a.m. Say that I should be going. Would you like to stay for the night? Heart is pounding. Hard as hell. And I ask her, what do you mean? She says, I've been lonely for a while, and playing games with you was a lot of fun. I just thought maybe I could repay you. Despite my disbelief, I follow what she means. You're at a crossroads in your life, OP. Which way will you choose? She then leads me into the bedroom, and we undress. Whoa! Bang her harder than I ever banged anybody before. Never really had intercourse, so it is amazing. After 30 minutes, she collapses in my arms as we slowly drift off to sleep. She whispers into my ear, "You've got such a good ding-dong, Anon." And I said, "You too."
Help! He's got a ball!
Never fails. It's got to go off the rails somewhere. I thought it was going to be a wholesome post. Almost. This one could be wholesome depending on how you look at it. It's just kind of tough love. Have a fat neckbeard friend in high school. I don't think he actually had any facial hair, but in my mind, I just feel like he did. He wears a fedora all the time. I try to be polite and tell him that no one can pull off wearing a fedora anymore. Not him, not me, not anyone. He just shrugs and says,
He likes it.
I decided not to argue with him and just let it go. One day, we go into GameStop. Neckbeard friend is looking at 360 games. I take his fedora off his head and put it on my own. He looks at me for a second and then goes back to looking at the games. I began tipping to other people in the store. Neckbeard friend sees me and tells me,
Just give him his hat back.
Nope. I kneel down in front of the Vita stand and began tipping to each of the individual games. Cutie cashier is suppressing laughter. Neckbeard just sighs and picks up Dragon's Dogma and goes to pay for it. I ask him why he's gonna buy that game. He said,
It looked like fun.
I began to make retching sounds and crumpled down to my knees, tipping the fedora as I went. Bro, who's supposed to be the bad one in this? I don't know if I like anybody. Do you think people were entertained? Maybe so. It's something different, for sure. Whatever gets those poor GameStop employees through the day. Friend finishes the payment and asks if I'm gonna get anything. I slowly rise, the fedora covering my eyes, shoulders raised and my hands half clenched. I walk over to the PlayStation 3 section, pick up Ni no Kuni, tip it, and then walk it over to the counter. Cashier goes through the whole sales pitch and I decline all the extras and whatnot. Neckbeard friend asks me why I'm buying that game. I say something to the effect of,
Level 5's brilliant architectural game design, in a joint effort with Studio Ghibli's impeccable art and narrative, have come together in an amalgamation of creative genius. And you doubt that it is an experience not worth immersing yourself in?
I agree with you about Ni no Kuni, but I don't want to. I then give my neckbeard friend the mother of all tips, sliding my fingers around the rim for an infinite tip before turning back to the cashier and paying for the game. I gave him his hat back and we left. I can hear the cashiers chuckling as we went out, and neckbeard friend never wore that fedora again. Freaking GameStop. I mean, you kind of put yourself in the path in order to save your friend. Deep down, it's a very wholesome thing, as long as this was all tongue-in-cheek. Let's see what else we got around here. This is not an image, but somebody calls this the best Greentext story I've ever found. Walk into GameStop, ask for a copy of Atelier Totori. What? Spaghetti slowly drips from my pockets. Oh God, not again. Face gets red. Please give me a copy of Atelier Totori right now. I don't know what that is. What platform is it on? Struggling to contain my embarrassment, clenching cheeks together to hold in my poo. Meanwhile, spaghetti is flowing out of my pockets. Voice reduced to nothing more than a mumble. Have money, please. Atelier Totori, give money, please. Game, are you okay? Poop then breaches my cheeks, propelled forward at 60 miles per hour. It crashes through the GameStop employee's counter. He's holding on to me for dear life. All the while, spaghetti's flowing out of my pocket like fumes, crashing through the entire row of buildings in the strip mall. Broken glass shards in my face. I'm now yelling, Atelier Totori, please money, Atelier GameStop Totori. GameStop employee is covered in my crap and spaghetti. Escalated so quickly. My pocket rocket shows no signs of stopping. He tilts me backwards. The sheer force of my poo has reached 650 miles per hour. We are now propelling upwards. The spaghetti and crap intertwines and falls down to earth in glorious yellow and brown streams as we head towards the stratosphere. Children below frolic in the mess that is falling from my ass. The G-force is causing my butt cheeks to flap vigorously and create a gale. Spaghetti and crap blowing through the air on the planet below. 3 miles upwards now. GameStop employee has now died from lack of oxygen. His body falls to the surface below and is shredded by the force of my poo. My transformation is almost complete. As I leave the stratosphere, my bare hands sprout and my tail grows, acting as a rudder. Steer myself across the cosmos with my gleaming poop and spaghetti trail. It might be the best. I was skeptical about the best, but what am I gonna say to that? That is just the wildest. Here's one that's not a green text, but we're gonna throw it in anyways. Does anyone else use GameStop as a bank? I got really pissed off with US Bank because I kept overdrafting my account even though I opted out. And the same thing happened in my credit union when I got a debit card. I don't think that's the problem with the bank or the credit union. I think you gotta understand how much money you got in the account, right? Whatever, OP continues. Now, whenever I get paid, I go to pre-order a whole crap ton of games. Whenever I need money, I go to the nearest GameStop and ask for my money back on a game that I don't want and make a withdrawal. The lines are shorter at GameStop than at the bank, and I can trade in old games and have my money go straight into my savings account. GameStops are just as prevalent as banks in my town, and I work at a mall, so it's even more convenient than running an errand to the bank or using an ATM and getting charged for it. It's actually kind of big brain time when you think about it. Now, the GameStop people are starting to catch on that I'm just moving money around and only buying about 1 pre-ordered game per year, but there's not really anything they can do about it. The best part is, since I always pre-order every game coming out, I'm still guaranteed to get all the exclusive content whether or not I'm sure I want a certain game. It's like they're rewarding me for banking with them. Not working as intended, but working as you need it. The response to this post, I can't decide if you're an idiot or brilliant. I mean, truly, genius is a mix of both, right? Whatever. Be me, again, working at GameStop. Parents ask for a game called COD. Tell her there is no game called COD, but her son probably meant Rapala Bass Pro Fishing. There are tons of fish in that game, and it's the closest thing that we have. We have tons of copies of them in the back. But we actually have a deal on. If you buy 2 copies, you get 1 free. She buys 3 brand new copies of this game, comes back after Christmas, all 3 copies have been opened. No refund because you opened them. A kid out there received 3 copies of a freaking fishing game for Christmas. You evil OP, why would you do this? Please don't. Is this how you get your sick kicks? And the truth is, yeah, it is. Going to GameStop to pre-order Dragon's Crown. Cashier looks at the poster, looks at me, rolls her eyes and rings me up. As I'm walking away, she mutters under her breath, "Perfect." I consider letting it go, but decide not to. Turn around and ask,
Excuse me?
She just stares at me and says nothing.
All right then, can you get your manager?
She just shat a brick. No, I can't do that. Sorry.
BS you can't. Now get him out here, right now.
She reluctantly goes into the back and gets the manager. He asks, what's the problem? I explain what just happened, and he looks at her like she just kicked his dog. I say that I'm gay, and that kind of BS shouldn't be tolerated because she doesn't know who she could be offending. Manager keeps apologizing and says this isn't the first time she said something inappropriate to customers. I say, it's no sweat.
I just wanted to let him know what she was doing.
He says he'll deal with her immediately and offers me $25 store credit. Take it and my pre-order and walk out. I overhear him saying, "You're done. Get your stuff and get out." My face went. Again, I can't really decide who to root for in this story. You're both wrong. But really, I think she's more wrong than he is, right? Objectively, like, judging someone for the game that they're buying while you're working in a game store, you have one function, okay? Do that function. It's a little dehumanizing, but I don't know. So is being called names when I want to pre-order Dragon's Crown. I don't even know what that game is. But it really seems to turn 4chan's crank. Today at GameStop, getting checked out by Cutie Pie Cashier Girl. Easily an 8 out of 10. Buying Sekiro today. Cashier Girl asks, do you want to donate to Autism Speaks today? No, I'd actually prefer if they stop speaking altogether. Her freaking face. The absolute disgust. What the hell's wrong with me, V? Why did I have to waste 6 years of my life on this godforsaken site? You'll never leave. None of us are allowed to leave. No, but really, Autism Speaks is a horrible charity. If you want to, like, actually help people, I guess. If you're looking for tax cuts, whatever, throw that money away on, I don't know, a ReddX t-shirt, Patreon membership. It won't get you a tax break, but I would appreciate it. Hey, also subscribe if you haven't already, okay? You've been watching this video for a while. You and me, we might be vibing right now. If you guys would like to see some more Greentext content, let me know. Like, comment, sub if you haven't yet. Maybe share the video around. This is a good one to share too. Follow me on all the things if you want. Thanks in advance, and thank you double to my supporters on Patreon and the YouTube channel members. I'm gonna hit you guys up this weekend. I'm gonna shout everybody out. It's gonna be real nice. Stick around for that. Join them if you're able. Thank you in advance again. For the 3rd time, I think. I also wanted to remind you guys that you are loved, you are worthy. You definitely deserve it. And I shall see you in the next one. So until then, friends, bye-bye.